Imagine lying awake in bed at 2 a.m., heart racing, mind jacked up, even though you feel utterly exhausted. That's the hidden nightmare a surprising number of seniors face every night. If you're 60 or older, listen up. Your beloved afternoon cup of coffee might be the culprit secretly wiping out your deep sleep. In fact, one study showed that caffeine taken 6 hours before bedtime still significantly disrupts sleep. You thought that 4 p.m. latte was harmless? Think again. Late-day caffeine can follow you into the night. As the National Institute on Aging warns, avoid having caffeine late in the day, which can keep you awake at night. Coffee in the afternoon can be a silent saboteur of the rejuvenating sleep you desperately need. Problem: coffee, insomnia, and the senior sleep crisis. Deep sleep is life's reset button. It heals your body, powers memory, and keeps your brain sharp. Yet as we age past 60, deep sleep naturally shrinks. Seniors go to bed earlier, wake up earlier, and spend less time in each sleep stage. Insomnia is so common in older adults that the NIH calls it the most common sleep problem in adults age 60 and older. But here's the twist. Many seniors accidentally turn a blind eye to a clear cause: their coffee timing. Caffeine lingers far longer than you think. Researchers at Henry Ford Hospital found that even 6 hours before bedtime, a single 400 milligram dose of caffeine, about 4 cups of strong coffee, caused significant sleep disturbance and reduced total sleep time. That means sipping coffee at noon could still haunt your 10 p.m. bedtime. If you're feeling wired at night after that afternoon mug, you're not imagining it. Our bodies store up adenosine during the day, a natural chemical that makes you sleepy by the evening. Caffeine blocks adenosine receptors, tricking your brain into thinking it's daytime. Even though you feel tired, caffeine is still hijacking your brainwaves. The result? You fall asleep into shallow slumber, losing the precious deep sleep you need. In fact, Harvard Health explains, caffeine can block the effects of the hormone adenosine, which is responsible for deep sleep. Your coffee may wake you up, but it simultaneously steals the sleepy chemical that makes deep sleep happen. Think about this. You may drag yourself through the day yawning, only to lie awake at night. How is that possible? It's because one afternoon cup can hide under the radar of tiredness. You feel tired and take a nap, but caffeine quietly keeps brain circuits buzzing. That means less deep, restorative sleep, the very stage that makes you feel refreshed. Cleveland Clinic notes, without enough stage 3 NRM sleep, deep sleep, you feel tired and drained even if you slept for a long time. Seniors like you often pack their day with coffees, not realizing the payback comes at night. A UCLA health report confirms it. By age 65 to 70, people process caffeine 33% slower than younger adults. In one study, older coffee drinkers took a full third longer to metabolize a cup of coffee. That means an 80-year-old can have what feels like a daily 6-hour coffee time bomb ticking. No wonder that 4 p.m. cup might still be strong in your bloodstream at midnight. The slower clearance in seniors amplifies caffeine's punch, making late cups even more dangerous for sleep. Sound familiar? If you wake up groggy, note every midnight stirring, or feel your heart race unexpectedly at night, your coffee timing might be to blame. Sleep apnea, medications, stress. Seniors blame many things, but often it's the hidden effect of caffeine. Even if you never had insomnia before, a late coffee habit can flip the switch. Tell us in the comments, have you ever realized your afternoon coffee was ruining your sleep? Let's dig deeper into why this happens. The science, how caffeine hijacks your brain and burns deep sleep. Let's dive into the nuts and bolts of what coffee actually does to your brain. We'll speak plainly. Imagine it's a friendly doc explaining over the kitchen table. Your sleep is regulated by delicate hormones and brain chemicals. Adenosine, sleep pressure. Every hour you stay awake, adenosine builds up in the brain. It's nature's sleepy bean. The higher the level, the more you crave rest. At night, adenosine levels help you fall into NREM stage 3, deep sleep. Caffeine is an adenosine antagonist. It occupies those receptors without activating them. In effect, coffee poisons your sleep pressure gauge, fooling your brain into thinking it's not tired. You stay aroused instead of sinking into deep sleep. Melatonin, the night hormone. Your body releases melatonin after dark to cue sleep. But caffeine messes with it too. Harvard's experts point out that caffeine lowers melatonin levels as both compete in your liver's metabolism. So that evening latte not only blocks your sleepy adenosine, it also blunts melatonin release, pushing your sleep cycle later. Combine that with older age melatonin decline, seniors naturally produce less of it, and you've stacked the odds against nighttime zizzes. Nervous system. Rev up. Caffeine triggers a flood of stimulatory chemicals, dopamine, norepinephrine. Think of it as turning on all your internal lights when you should be dimming them. Cleveland Clinic sleep specialists warn, caffeine also affects your sleep. As a stimulant, it excites your central nervous system, the last thing you need when you're trying to wind down. That's why even hours after sipping, you might wake up with a thump, your brain refusing to switch off. Sleep architecture changes. Coffee doesn't just delay sleep, it erodes its quality. Studies show caffeine reduces deep NREM, slow-wave sleep, and REM sleep, and increases lighter sleep stages. In practical terms, one nap or caffeine hit in the afternoon can shrink your stage 3 sleep block by 10-20 minutes or more. And because the body prioritizes deep sleep early in the night, any delay means even less of the deep stuff overall. Age matters. After 60, brain changes make seniors more vulnerable. Not only does caffeine stay longer in your system, but your sleep rhythm shifts earlier and natural sleep hormones decline. If you already wake frequently or get under 6 hours, losing even a few minutes of deep sleep takes a big toll. It's like robbing Peter to pay Paul. You might drop off easier, you're exhausted, but your deeper N3 sleep is gone, and you feel it the next day. Remember, deep sleep is when your body truly restores itself. Cleveland Clinic says deep sleep is when your body focuses on physical repair and healing, supports immune function and hormone regulation, and gives your brain a chance to repair itself and consolidate memories. It even protects against dementia. When caffeine annihilates those deep sleep hours, you're left sluggish, forgetful, and at higher risk of illness. Put it all together. Your daily coffee habit, especially after noon, is a silent assault on your biology. You might feel alert in the afternoon, but that's at the expense of your overnight restoration. The brain needs both adenosine and melatonin working together to slip into deep healing slumber, and caffeine hijacks both. Grandma's coffee, nightmare meet Barbara, 72, a retired teacher and grandmother of 5. Every afternoon at 3 p.m., Barbara enjoyed a hearty cup of coffee with a splash of milk. She thought of it as a little perk after lunch, harmless and comforting. But over the years, something strange happened. She started sleeping lightly. She would wake up at 2 a.m., then again at 4 a.m., tossing and turning even though she was bone-tired. Barbara brushed it off at first as normal aging. But then came memory lapses and midday naps. She felt wired at night yet foggy by day. Finally, her daughter insisted she visit the sleep clinic. The doctor gently asked about her habits. When Barbara mentioned that 3 p.m. coffee, the doctor's eyes widened. He explained how caffeine was still in her system after bedtime, keeping her out of deep sleep. "No wonder you wake up tired," he said. "Caffeine is blocking your sleep pressure and zapping melatonin. You're essentially fighting yourself." Barbara was shocked. The delightful afternoon drink she thought was innocent was the villain in her bedtime drama. She decided to test it. The next week, she switched her 3 p.m. coffee to herbal tea. The first night, she noticed something magical. She slept more deeply and slept through until morning. Over a month, her days became brighter and more alert. That dreaded 2 a.m. wake-up was gone. Barbara had reclaimed her deep sleep. Her story is not unique. Many seniors aren't aware of the harm. As Cleveland Clinic researchers note, deep sleep gives your brain a chance to repair itself, and lack of it can feel like a loss of energy and memory. Barbara's experience exactly matched this. Once her deep sleep returned, by cutting off late coffee, she felt refreshed and sharp again. Barbara's case teaches us this. Coffee timing isn't trivia. It's a powerful key to whether you get deep sleep or restless nights. And the good news? A small tweak, like no caffeine after lunch, can flip your nights around. How to reclaim your deep sleep feeling spooked? Don't be. This can be solved. Here's the empowering part. You have control over your sleep. By adjusting when and how you enjoy coffee and adopting a sleep-friendly routine, you can rebuild those deep sleep hours. Try these proven tips. Restrict your coffee clock. Make your last caffeinated drink early. Aim for at least 6 hours of caffeine-free time before bedtime. In practice, this means no coffee after lunch if you plan to sleep around 10-11 p.m. As the Cleveland Clinic bluntly advises, for better sleep, bid coffee and other caffeinated beverages goodbye well before bedtime. Consider drinking your fix before 11 a.m. and switching to decaf or herbal tea in the afternoon. Even tea and chocolate contain caffeine, so check labels. Keep hydrated. Carefully. Yes, water keeps you alert without caffeine, but don't guzzle too much late at night to avoid bathroom trips. Try herbal wind-down teas like chamomile or ginger before bed. They're naturally caffeine-free and calming. Create a calming bedtime routine. Start winding down 1 to 2 hours before bed. Lower the lights to boost melatonin. Turn off screens, TVs, phones. Blue light suppresses melatonin. Read a book, do gentle stretches, or meditate. A warm bath or light snack, a glass of milk or some nuts, can signal your body it's time to sleep. Regular exercise helps too, even a daily walk, but finish it at least 3 hours before bed. Optimize your bedroom. Sleep in total darkness. Cleveland Clinic notes that darkness triggers melatonin production. Keep the room cool, 60-69 degrees, and quiet. Earplugs or white noise can help block disturbances. Your bed should be for sleep and intimacy only. No TVs or tablets. Diet and supplements. Eat dinner at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Avoid heavy, spicy foods that can cause heartburn or indigestion. Even spicy curry can keep you up. Instead, include magnesium-rich foods, almonds, spinach, pumpkin seeds. Magnesium relaxes muscles and can calm the nervous system. In fact, research shows older adults fell asleep faster and stayed asleep longer on magnesium supplements. Consider a supplement, under doctor's advice, around 200-350 milligrams of magnesium before bed can help. Check your vitamins. Many seniors are low on vitamin B12, which can cause fatigue. Cleveland Clinic warns that people over 75 often can't absorb B12 well. A B12 supplement, or a B complex, can boost energy and indirectly improve sleep quality. Also, vitamin B6 plays a role in melatonin. Production in foods rich in B6, like chickpeas, bananas, or a gentle B complex at breakfast can help set the stage for better nights. Of course, talk to your doctor about supplements. They can check your levels and recommend what you really need. Try melatonin safely. For many older folks, nighttime melatonin levels are low. A small melatonin supplement, start with 1 tower 3 mg about 30 minutes before bed, can reset your sleep cycle. A Harvard study found that 5 milligrams of melatonin increased total sleep time in adults over 55. It's not a miracle cure, but it can help you fall asleep without messing up your system like prescription pills do. Always consult your doctor before starting melatonin. Stay consistent. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Your body's clock, circadian rhythm, loves routine. Keep an eye on naps. A short power nap, 20-30 minutes, is fine, but avoid late afternoon snoozes that undercut your nighttime sleep. Remember, you're in the driver's seat. Adjusting when you sip coffee can immediately improve sleep depth. Call to action. Which solution will you try first? Tell us in the comments. Are you going to switch to decaf after lunch or start a bedtime ritual? Your tip might help another senior sleep peacefully tonight. When to have your last cup? It all boils down to timing. A safe rule of thumb from sleep experts is 6 hours rule. Finish caffeine at least 6 hours before lights out. But seniors often have earlier bedtimes, so be flexible. If you hit the sack at 9 p.m., aim to wrap up all caffeine by 3 p.m. If you wake at 6 a.m., a cup at noon is safer than 4 p.m. Here's a quick chart. Bedtime 8-9 p.m., no caffeine after noon. Bedtime 10 p.m., no caffeine after 4 p.m. Bedtime 11 p.m., no caffeine after 5 p.m. Hang on, did you blink? Our point is, cut off well before dinner. Even a cup at 3 p.m. can linger for 6+ hours. Every hour you delay your last caffeine dramatically cuts into sleep. This echoes official advice. The NIH's aging experts bluntly say, avoid having caffeine late in the day, which can keep you awake at night. And a Cleveland Clinic sleep article adds, put a gun to bedtime with a strong no to coffee. In practice, reserve caffeine for morning and early midday only. Consider swapping to decaf or herbal teas the rest of the afternoon. Even if you feel tolerant to coffee, you don't get the jitters anymore. Don't be fooled. Tolerance doesn't protect your sleep. Research shows that caffeine tolerance only blunts the wakefulness effect, not the impact on deep sleep. You might not feel jittery, but your brain's sleep mechanisms still suffer. Never forget, an afternoon pick-me-up cup could mean your body is missing out on 0.5 to 1 hour of deep sleep or more. It doesn't matter how wide awake you are, the neurochemistry is happening behind the scenes. So stick to this golden rule. If it's past lunchtime, it's best to say goodbye to caffeine. Satisfying swaps for seniors. Breaking a coffee habit doesn't mean you have to go cold turkey on taste or routine. There are plenty of caffeine-free and sleep-friendly alternatives to enjoy. Decaf and herbal teas. You can still savor a warm mug. Choose decaffeinated coffee. It still has a bit of that coffee smell and taste, but with almost no caffeine. Or herbal teas like chamomile, peppermint, ginger, or lemon balm in the afternoon. Chamomile tea, for instance, has been used for centuries to promote relaxation and has calming compounds like epigenin that can gently help you wind down. These give you the comfort of a warm drink without the buzz. Tart cherry juice. Drinking a small glass of tart cherry juice at night is a neat trick. Cherries are one of the few natural sources of melatonin. Some studies suggest it can improve sleep duration. It's not a flood of caffeine. Quite the opposite. It nudges your melatonin slightly higher. Just be mindful of sugar content. Warm milk and tryptophan, a classic. Warm milk contains an amino acid called tryptophan, which your brain can convert to serotonin and melatonin. It's been a traditional sleep aid for good reason. Add a sprinkle of cinnamon or honey for flavor, but keep it small, as heavy meals can disrupt sleep. Magnesium-rich snacks. A small handful of nuts, almonds, walnuts, or pumpkin seeds can be a great bedtime nibble. These are high in magnesium and also contain B6, both of which support your body's production of serotonin and melatonin. Some seniors find a magnesium supplement, 200-400 mg at night, gives surprisingly good sleep improvements. B vitamin foods. Meals with whole grains, leafy greens, eggs, or dairy can boost your B vitamins, which help energy earlier in the day and support sleep at night. If your doctor finds you low in B12 or B6, a supplement can help your energy during the day, so you feel naturally sleepy by evening. Relaxing ritual alternatives. Swap your coffee ritual for a gentle bedtime routine. Try decaf chicory coffee, a coffee substitute without caffeine, peppermint tea after dinner, or an alcohol-free herbal nightcap. Have a piece of dark chocolate instead of a milk chocolate bar. Note, dark choc has some caffeine, so keep it early if at all. The idea is to replace the habit of a drink with something that aids relaxation instead of a stimulant. Non-drink pick-me-ups. Feeling drowsy after lunch? Stand up and stretch, take a brisk walk in sunlight, or do some light housework instead of reaching for that coffee. Physical activity raises your body's natural alertness without chemicals. Good posture and breathing exercises can also revive you. Always remember, no brands, just good foods and supplements. No Red Bull or cola tricks. The goal is to support your sleep hormones and relax your body. One more tip, mind the whole diet. Caffeine isn't just in coffee. It hides in sodas, teas, chocolate, and even some pain relievers. The NIH specifically lists tea and chocolate as things to avoid in late-day caffeine. Read labels and choose caffeine-free versions whenever possible. Reclaiming your rest. Here's the good news. Change is possible, and you can do this. Just like Barbara, many seniors find that a simple switch restores deep sleep. Your body wants those deep ZZs. You just have to set the stage. By mastering your coffee timing and embracing these sleep-smart habits, you can push that 2 a.m. terror out of the bedroom. Imagine sleeping soundly through the night again. You'd wake up refreshed, not groggy. Studies from top clinics, Harvard, Mayo, Cleveland, UCLA, are on your side. They tell us the path to recovery: avoid late caffeine, stick to routines, and consider sleep-supportive nutrients. Even the NIH's sleep experts champion these changes. So be optimistic. I made a tiny change, and now I actually feel like the old me, say many readers. And you can join them. Turn off the caffeine by late afternoon, unwind each night, and treat sleep as the vital medicine it is. Your body will thank you with renewed energy, sharper memory, and that sweet feeling of being truly rested. Tell us your plan. Will you try a no caffeine after lunch rule? Or maybe a nightly magnesium supplement? Drop a comment below with "I'm going to." We all learn from each other. And don't forget to subscribe for more senior health tips, because you deserve peaceful nights and vibrant days at any age. Remember, your deep sleep is precious. Guard it by guarding your coffee timing. Sources, evidence, and expert advice from Harvard, Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic, UCLA Health, National Institute on Aging and Sleep Research.